messages, hitting me up on Twitter, asking me when am I going to do my prediction video for the mega rematch between Miguel Cotto and Antonio Margarito. Well, here you go. I've tried to make this video about 3 times because there's so much to talk about, but I gotta compress it as best possible. This is a fight for the boxing fans, whether you're a Cotto supporter, whether you're a Margarito supporter. I think boxing fans in general have been waiting for this fight, simply because of the controversy that's tied to it and really how good of a fight the first fight was. And it's going to be very telling on where both guys are going to go from this fight. So, you know, when we talk about Cotto Margarito, man, I mean, like I said, controversy is tied to it. But before their fight, you know, let's backtrack a little bit. You know, we talk about Mayweather Pacquiao all the time. You know, whether you be in the barbershop, whether you're, you know, debating amongst friends who will win, co-workers, so forth. And, you know, we forget that just 3 years ago, man, Miguel Cotto was the guy in line to fight Floyd Mayweather, and prior to that, Antonio Margarito. These two guys were in different in different times, the guys to fight Floyd Mayweather, or the high potentials. Neither fight came about for different reasons or what have you. So inevitably these two were going to meet up, and they, you know, came, I believe it was July 28th, 2008, and, you know, Miguel Cotto, more so than Margarito, was being patterned to being the next guy to fight Mayweather. And initially I wouldn't say the order, but the plan was that he would have fought Margarito, beaten Margarito, and in December he would have had a fight with Oscar De La Hoya. Had he beat De La Hoya, Floyd would have had to fight him, you know, and as plans do change, they certainly did, as Margarito took out Miguel Cotto in 11 rounds in a grueling welterweight fight that is regarded as, you know, one of the top welterweight fights in recent years. So what transpired after that fight is what got people questioning the outcome of Cotto Margarito, as Margarito was found to have plaster or what have you in his wraps, and went on to fight Shane Mosley immediately after and got the shit beat out of him. Stayed out a little while, obviously was suspended because of the whole situation, came back, had a tune-up, didn't look too great, jumped into a fight with Manny Pacquiao and got obliterated. To the point where he had a broken orbital bone. He's been on the shelf a year. So with Miguel Cotto, he went on to fight Michael Jennings, Joshua Clottey, Manny Pacquiao, and had tough fights, at least with Clottey and Pacquiao. Moved up in weight and took fights with Yuri Foreman and Ricardo Mayorga. So this is where both guys are at right now, and clearly both of them are at the tail ends of their career, and they're, you know, obviously not in their primes anymore. What you got to ask yourself is, who's, based on the style matchup, who's the more beaten down fighter? Now, my opinion of that is gonna side on Antonio Margarito, because when you fracture your orbital bone, where Margarito fractured his orbital bone, that shit doesn't heal like even in a year, man. Like, he may have gotten cleared to fight, but you better believe that that tissue is gonna be weak. And throughout the course of that fight, I believe Margarito is gonna try to do the same thing. Just try to trap Cotto, put him on the ropes, try to get him in the corner. And obviously Cotto can't let him do that. I think Cotto's got to keep him in the middle of the ring and, you know, at times clinch, but have enough space to land his right hand that I believe is going to be more effective this time around than in the first fight. And he has to go to the body. If Cotto doesn't go to the body in this fight, he's going to have a tough time. Because Margarito, he's going to come to fight. And the past two fights that he's had with marquee guys, meaning Mosley and Pacquiao, both guys hit him to the body and he felt it. And Cotto, without question, is one of the top body punchers in the sport. Even in this, you know, his tail end of his career. So Cotto, again, even from the first fight, was a better boxer, had better footwork, and I think in a situation like this, he has the ability to adapt. As where Margarito's just going to be Margarito. He's going to train to be in a grueling fight for 12 rounds. I think the problem with that is that I think Margarito is going to show signs of wear and tear in this fight. Because I don't care who you are, you're not going to go through fights with Miguel Cotto, Shane Mosley, and Manny Pacquiao, and Miguel Cotto again, and walk away like nothing happened. I believe Margarito at some point in this fight is going to get hurt. And I think he's going to hit Cotto, and I think Cotto is going to, you know, Cotto doesn't have the most durable chin, but I mean, he could take a shot. But the question mark again in this fight is whether or not Margarito's shots are going to affect Cotto, being that, you know, it's, you know, you don't want to look back at that fight and say, but look at that. But if it's a situation where Margarito is landing punches on Cotto and Cotto's still coming and he's able to take it, it's gonna, I mean, I don't know how else to put it. So I think Cotto's gonna fight smart, but throughout the course of the fight, they're gonna fight, okay? And I think Cotto is gonna be able to adjust and pick his spots, and I think probably the 8th, 9th, and 10th round, you're gonna see the wear and tear on Margarito. And a lot of people may think I'm crazy for saying this, but yo, I'm going out on a limb and saying that Miguel Cotto is gonna stop Antonio Margarito in about 11 rounds. I just think Margarito is gonna be, you can't keep fighting the way he fights, defense last, and still be in there and take punishment without consideration of your health, man. He's gonna get beat up in this fight throughout the course, and he'll be in the fight, but I think Cotto has a big chip on his shoulder, and I think being as smart as Cotto is in the ring, and being that he's fought Margarito before, and he knows he made mistakes in the fight. Now, don't get it twisted. I mean, people can talk about the plaster and everything, but Cotto did make mistakes in the first fight. Backing up a little too much, trying to counter him too much off the ropes, and not getting the fight in the middle of the ring, and clinching. You know, if you look at how Shane Mosley fought Margarito, that's the blueprint on how to beat Margarito. Can Cotto outbox him for 12 rounds? Maybe, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think Cotto is going to try to get this chip off his shoulder, and he's going to go in there and be a more durable guy than Margarito at this point in their career. And I think Margarito's going to get hurt, and he's going to get stopped. So, like I said, man, some people may think I'm crazy, but I mean, I don't mind speaking with absolute certainty. In situations, if I'm wrong, it's whatever, but I just think the wear and tear is going to show in this fight, man. I think Cotto's got a lot to prove, and I think Margarito does too, but the culmination of the punishment that Margarito took is gonna show up in this fight, and Cotto's gonna win. So let me know what you think. December 3rd, live on pay-per-view. Can't wait. Can't wait for the face-off and the 24/7. So let me know what you think, and I'll be back soon. Peace.